Jake, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit. Oh, Jake, you suck.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How's it going? How are you doing? It's November 21st, I think. I'm recording this on a Saturday. The world is still here. People are still alive despite COVID coming back in full force, getting people sick and murdering the fuck out of some. Despite that happening, people are still alive. We're still kicking. We're still figuring out how to fucking exist in this absolute dog shit of a time. So that's good. That's one positive, is that we're all still, well, not all of us. Not all of us. I was going to say we're all still alive. Not true. A lot of us have died. But at the same time, some of us are still here. We're still continuing to live a life no matter what that fucking looks like. And that's a positive thing, is that the human spirit is not completely crushed yet. Right? In times like this, it's things like that hold me together. Is that, hey man, at the end of the day, the human spirit is not 100% fucking crushed like an ant. It's still somewhat intact enough for me to continue doing this podcast, for people to walk their dogs, for people to have depressing thoughts. The world is still coherent enough where people can go, what's my career going to be like? You know, if we live in a world where people are still focused on, my career isn't what I wanted it to be, then we're doing okay. We're doing okay. As long as the universal thought isn't, where do I get food right now, we're fine. We're fine for the most part. If everyone's universal thought is, I'm hungry, and that's all that matters, then we're fucked. Then we're killing and eating each other. But no, if you're sitting there going, I wish I could just find somebody to fall in love with. If that's still a thought in your brain, things aren't all for naught. Like, things aren't completely gone. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're having bad but normal, regular life thoughts, that's a good thing. Always see that as a positive. If you are heartbroken, if you are lovesick, if you have the time to say, Tinder sucks, that's good, man. You're living a great life. If you have the time to complain about things besides food or shelter, you're killing it, man. You're killing the game. Isn't that weird how most of the shit people complain about is superfluous shit? Or I guess at least it depends on the people you're around. But I feel like the people who complain most, like the complaints are things when it comes down to it that don't matter at all. That really it doesn't fucking matter. I'm afraid of being alone forever. Yeah, but not really, though. You mean you're afraid of being specifically alone, as in you'll never find somebody who you fuck a lot in the beginning and then consistently for a while and then never again, but you still stay together until you die because you're married. That's what you're talking about when you say, I'm going to be alone forever, but not really, because your family's here. Like, I'm talking to you. So you're not technically going to be alone forever because I'm listening to your shit right now. That sucks, but I get it, because we all have it. I have it too. I also have the, I wish I could just find somebody to It's dog shit. I feel it. We all feel it, but it's good dog shit. Lets us know, hey man, the food's still coming. My belly is not empty yet. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Speaking of life and death, Alex Trebek died, huh? And I'm not laughing because he died. I'm just laughing because what a shitty transition. But Alex Trebek, R.I.P. Some great fucking memes that man has brought to civilization. It used to be just called laughs, but now it's memes. Anything, a sketch, anything about somebody is a meme in some format. All of life is a meme. It just depends what format of meme we're talking about. That's how much internet culture has infected society, is that now if I think, hey, that guy has had something funny done about him, whether it's sketch, a picture, some text shit, it's some form of a meme. Which I guess it just used to be straight up media, right? I guess memes are a form of media. So then what is it really? What is the umbrella term? Media or meme? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Again, doesn't fucking matter. The fact that I can worry about this and on a podcast that I'm recording, the fact that all these things are happening means the world is doing okay. Or at least in my small corner of it. Anyway, Alex Trebek died, and it sucks, man. Yeah, man, that sucks. Died of cancer. I've seen a lot of people die of cancer. A lot of Italians on my dad's side of the family. It's no good, man. Cancer's a fucking pile of shit disease. Cancer is I mean, I was talking about this last week of like no one really cares about a disease until they get it or someone they know gets it. And I guess for me, and I think I said this last time, cancer is that one. And then when I see other people die of it who are not connected to my family at all, I'm just like, damn, dude, we haven't gotten that under control yet. It's such a fucking dumb, stupid, shitty disease. Just gets in your body and doesn't let go until you're dead. And it's such a shitty way to go. Especially chemo is the main treatment, and that chemo sucks the fucking life out of you. So then your last weeks are just you drained of energy, drained of all body weight. Your hair's gone. You just become like a skeleton of a human being, and then you die. It's a fucking terrible way to go. I've watched several people wither away in a hospital bed on chemotherapy. It's tough. So rest in peace to Trebek. I mean, if you're watching Jeopardy, I don't know what he looked like towards the end, but the episodes of Jeopardy he was performing or he was recording while on chemo, he looked good. So I hope he didn't struggle too much. I hope he had a peaceful passing away. It's funny how that's the only thing you can hope. That's how permanent death is and unavoidable. I mean, it's the unavoidable thing, right? It's the most unavoidable thing. And yet I feel like we avoid and fear it so much. And yet it's just like, hey, man, if there's one thing that we can understand as a constant is that you're going to die. If there's one thing that can ground us into reality, it's that one thing happens to everyone. It's truly the great. Again, man, I can't speak. I fucking say words wrong. It's irresponsible for me to be recording my voice into a microphone. But it's truly the great equalizer. Is death. Is the fact that no matter what, rich, poor, happy, sad, lot of kids, no kids, in love, out of love, wanting to kill your ex-love, whatever, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. And that should humble us to the point where we all are less shitty people. You know? It should humble us to the point where at least a fraction less shitty, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be fucking decaying corpses that rats would chew on if we were left out in the open. That's what we are. We're really rat food. When it really comes down to it, we're all just food for animals. We're future food for rats. That's what people are. And the only reason why we decide to bury our bodies in the ground is so that we don't have to see the fucking decay. If we just left corpses, if when people died, we just threw them out into the street, we would be able to watch like, oh wow, dude, that's how fragile the human body is. is that once we're gone, everything just destroys us the same way we destroy the world. It's a cycle of life, dude. Everything needs to be used. When you die, your body becomes food for other shit. That's how it goes. I don't know. I feel like that thought alone, I just focusing on that idea, I feel like should make everybody go, oh, yeah, man. You know what? Let's do universal income. At the end of the day, we all just do die. So fuck it. Let's at least give everyone $3,000 a month, right? That'd be sick, wouldn't it? Anyway, Alex Trebek died. Which is awful and terrible, and I hope his family didn't suffer. I hope he didn't suffer. I hope they're doing okay. I mean, he got to live a long time. He had a great career. He lived a better life than most. So, rest in peace. Congrats for a good life. But what's really important is I knew Trebek died before my mom. That's what's really important. I found out Trebek died. I saw it on Google, or my friend told me, or something happened where I saw it, and immediately I go, I got to text my mom. Every time a celebrity dies, I text my mom immediately. You know why? Because she always knows before me. Doesn't matter who the fuck it is. Doesn't matter if she barely knows who it is. If they die, my mom knows. Somebody I like more than her. She's like, oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, I heard they died. It's like, you don't even know who they are. And she's like, yeah, I know, but it was on the news. My mom, I mean, I think this is universal. It's not unique to me. But when you get older, your mom is good for two things. It's either telling you someone died, whether it be a celebrity or someone you vaguely know in high school who was in your class for one day, or somebody got married that you spoke to once and they called you a cunt and you didn't like them anymore. But hey, do you remember Cynthia? She got married. Oh yeah, Cynthia called me fat for 2 years. Oh yeah, well she got married. Oh cool, dude. Remember Gabrielle? No, dude. She's married. Do you know who she is? Not really. Okay. Why are you telling me? How do you find out this information? That's what I always want to know. How is my mom finding out all these people I barely spoke to in fucking school? How is she finding out they're all married? Who does she doesn't even have social media. What fucking social network is she in where she knows that Gabriella Gaducci got married to Joey Capone? That's too Italian. It'd be more like Tom Locke got married to Cynthia Dix. And now she's Cynthia Locke, dude. Oh, they got married? I don't know them, Mom. Do you know them? I think they were in the grade below you, or they were like 2 grades after. They were either in Angela's grade or your grade, or maybe they were younger than you. I don't know. Do you know? No! And I don't care. Anyway, so, or she's just like, just somebody died. Anybody died. Some fucking barista died, you know? Oh, do you remember Anthony? Anthony who? My brother? No, not your brother. No, not your brother. Why would it ever be your brother? Why would it be the main person you know named Anthony? Why would that be the person that I'm mentioning right now? No, not your brother. You know who? The guy who he works in Yorktown. Okay, where in Yorktown? At Starbucks. I literally never go to Starbucks, Mom. Anthony, the barista. Okay, dude. Anyway, he died. Okay. How do you know this? Well, I was at Starbucks and he hadn't been there in a couple weeks, and then I started asking people, do you remember Anthony? Where's Anthony? Do you know Anthony? Most of them there didn't even really know who it was. So then I just kept asking until someone got really annoyed and they were like, yeah, he died. And I was like, oh my God, really? He died? But he was the barista here. How did he die if he was the barista here? I feel like if you're a barista, like you're probably not going to die. You drink a lot of coffee. Coffee keeps you like awake and like up, you know? So how would that kill you? Or maybe he got a heart attack. Maybe he drank too much coffee. Or maybe he didn't drink coffee at all. Maybe he just like ate a lot of fast food because he was on like a barista's budget or salary, you know, and then he had to like he couldn't afford like nice healthy meals, so he just got McDonald's a lot. I don't know, or maybe it's anyway. He died. Cool, man. And then I just go like this. Cool. Anyway, I'm trying to think of a celebrity that I liked that she knew that died. I don't know. I don't know. All I can think of is Robin Williams. The only celebrity who died that I give a fuck about was really Robin Williams. Because he's my childhood, man. Anyone my age or maybe even younger or older, I feel like there's a 10-year span. I would say like 5 years younger than me and 5 years older than me. I think I'm probably in the middle sweet spot. You loved Robin Williams, man. And it was a tragedy when he died. Anyway, when I found Trebek died, I texted my mom and I go, "Oh, Alex Trebek died," and she sent me a sad face. So then I was like, there was a moment of like, wait, does she know? And then I just said, did you know that? And then she was like, no, but I knew he was sick. And I was like, yes. I was like, dude, I can't even describe to you how intensely happy and satisfied I was that I knew that Trebek died before my mom. It doesn't seem like much, but in my heart and soul, it was a massive win. I was like, finally, dude, the fucking literal Grim Reaper didn't know that Trebek died before I did. Hell yes, dude. Finally. I get to be like, you know what? I know somebody who died that you don't know died. I get to finally make my mom go, oh, really? Hell yeah. And I don't know why that was so satisfying to me, but it was. It's just like, you know when somebody constantly is telling you something to the point where you're like, I don't know how you know this. Like, I don't know how this always happens that way. And then just one time it happens the other way and it just feels good. Does that make sense? Just, it's good to flip the tables a little bit. You know, does that make sense? Anyway, now, if anybody knows who dies, just hit me up immediately. If anybody knows that, if somebody finds out that someone dies, immediately hit me up and go, yo, dude, this person died. Tell your mom right now. Or text my mom as me so she thinks that I texted her. Let's hit my mom from all angles about people who died who don't matter at all. Not that Trebek doesn't matter. Well, I mean he doesn't. But you know what I mean. I'm not saying Trebek doesn't matter, but he doesn't. We all don't. We all don't matter. It doesn't matter. We barely matter when we're alive. Like, it doesn't matter when we die, is what I'm saying. We're rat food, is what I'm saying. I already said this, I'm saying it again. We're just fucking garbage for little insects and animals to eat. Dude, rats and insects gnaw on our body till we fucking don't exist anymore when we're dead. Do you understand? We're not all we're cracked up to be. We kind of fucking suck. Anyway. We rule in some ways. We do pretty good in some ways. Bad in others. It is what it is. Anyway, R.I.P. Alex Trebek. Dude, bugs are sick, man. Speaking of bugs, I got the PS5, man. And I'll tell you how that connects. That connects because I have Demon's Souls Remake for PS5. And let me tell you something. It's the greatest fucking remake of all time. If you don't play video games, you might be lost for this next section or what I'm about to talk about for like probably 20 minutes of this goddamn podcast. But if you're not into video games, just listen anyway. Fuck it, man. Maybe you'll get into video games. Maybe my talk about the PS5 and Demon's Souls will make you be like, hell yeah, dude. Let me get that shit. Let me waste way too much of my adult time fighting insects with a sword. Let me find out what ring I need to get so that the plague doesn't kill me immediately. I need a plague resistance ring because this area with the sludge is fucked up. And I need a poison resistance ring or at least an antidote item so I'm not fucking constantly being poisoned while everyone's trying to slash me in the face while I'm walking through mud that I can barely walk through. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't play games, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you play fucking RPGs, you're like, I don't know the game, but I get it. If I say to you, hey man, I just spent 3 hours getting this ring so that I could have enough carry weight to have all of my armor and the shield and sword I want, if I say that to you and you go, what? You don't play video games. But if I look at you and say that and you go, damn dude, I've been there, you get it. Okay? If somebody looks at you and goes, Skyrim? You go, fuck off, dude. If someone looks at you and goes, Demon Souls? You go, hell yeah. If they go Dark Souls, you go close. But you're still in the cool group. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, dude, you know what's sick? Insects in video games. They're the best. They're always the best, huh? That's always my favorite enemy in a video game is an insect. Oh, sick. They got mosquitoes in this game? Why does every RPG feel the need to insert fucking flies into the roster of things to kill? I don't care. I'm sick of big bugs, you know? I'll fight a spider, fuck it. Demon Souls as a spider boss, that's pretty fun. It's called an armored spider. It's pretty fun. It's a cool boss fight. It shoots a bunch of fucking oil out and then lights it on fire. And you have to run out of the way. It looks really cool. It's a fun time. It's also got blades. It's cool. But when there's just a fucking bee, okay, when I'm fighting a hornet that just buzzes up to my face and like shoots me with gook and then I gotta slice it one time to kill it, what's the point of that? Okay? What's the point besides just irritating me? That's the thing about bugs. I guess it's just like real life. When you see a bug, you're annoyed. It doesn't really affect your life that much, but you're fucking irritated and it becomes a problem you have to deal with. And in video games, bugs operate on the same exact wavelength. They're never hard to kill, but they're there and you're fucking irritated. I don't like killing flies in real life. What makes you think I want to hit one with a sword in a game? Hey, you know how sometimes a hornet is in your room and you start freaking out because you don't want to get stung, right? And you spend a lot of time trying to kill it and it's the most fucking annoying, shitty thing you could possibly do. It's never a thing that you want to be happening to you. You know that experience? Well, we have a new enemy type called the Wuzz in Demon Souls Remake. And you can fucking fight it all day. Oh, yeah, dude? You know that experience in real life that you hate and don't want in the thing that you're playing to escape reality? Yeah, we put it in there. We put it in your escape so you can be fucking pissed. I think they should just take bugs out of games, man. I don't get it. I don't get the point. I don't mind fighting animals. A bear, there's always a bear in a game. It's fine. He's sturdy as fuck. He's hard to kill. Once he gets you, he might throw you around a bit. I'm cool with that. Centipedes? Even a centipede, I'm fine. It's chunky enough, but it's flying insects. I don't want to fight them. This same level with the hornets that were buzzing around, they were fucking slugs. Stop. I don't want to fight slugs, dude. What is this, King Kong? What is this, Peter Jackson's King Kong when they're all fall into the pit and there's all these fucking weird slug things that eat their heads? Okay, I'll watch that in a movie and be like, oh, that's creepy and gross. I don't want to fight them in an actual game. I'm good. I can do without sludge levels. Any level where I'm walking through murky water that doesn't allow me to roll out of the way of enemy attacks, I'm good, dude. I don't need those levels anymore. You know why? Because I don't know anybody who plays that level and is like, oh yeah, dude. The Valley of Defilement? That sounds cool. Wait, there's rats in this level that give you the plague? Oh, that sounds sick. No, it's every time you're like, fuck, I gotta go do that again? Oh, shit. Oh, cool, this is the area where you get poisoned and you get the plague. Oh, I'm gonna spend hours in this area where I'm gonna try to not get the plague. Doesn't sound fun, man. And again, I get it. Demon Souls is not a good example of like, hey, make this game more fun because the whole point is to fuck with you so hard that you don't even know what to do with yourself. But still, the game's very fun. Despite it fucking with you constantly, it's still very fun. And I think it can do without the bugs. I just think it can. They insert bugs into like Gears of War. You fight a centipede. Why the fuck? And giant spider creatures. Why the fuck? They're not even human. Like they're not even their species, and the planet they're on has nothing to do with our planet, and yet they're still bug-like creatures. Why? Why are there giant centipedes on Serra? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay? Why did their creatures look like our creatures? Why are there bugs no matter what game I'm playing? Why in Forza Horizon is there a centipede on the road that I have to hit with my car? Is that true? No, but could it end up being DLC? Maybe. Here's my point. If there was a DLC called Centipede Madness, or if there was a DLC, if there was a bug pack, right? If The Witcher came out with a bug pack that was like, in that game too. Do you fight insects in that game? Maybe not, dude. You fight like giant like insectoids, but they're not. I guess they're insects. Nah, they are. They are everywhere. Insectoids. I just want one RPG where I don't fight giant insects, is what I'm saying. That's the timer for the first half. Okay, I'll see you guys in the second half. I'll be right back. What's up? I'm back. Anyway, that's enough about bugs in video games, right? Anyway, Demon Souls Remake. Oh, man. I can't stop playing it. And I knew this was going to happen, but this is the first time in a long time that I've had a game where I just can't stop playing it. And it's not even that you get it, the can't stop playing is fucked, but it's the can't stop thinking about it. This is the first time I've had a game in a long time where I stop playing it, where I'm playing it, right? And then I'm like, oh, I'll get off in 5 minutes. And then an hour goes by and you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Last night, I was like, oh, I'm going to stop playing this at 2. And then all of a sudden it was 3 o'clock. And then I was like, oh, let me just kill this boss. And then I killed the boss. And then it's like 3:10. And then I'm like, oh, let me go check this item and see what I can do with this item. Let me go upgrade my sword. Then it's 3:12. And I'm like, hey, man, you got to wake up at some point tomorrow. Go the fuck to sleep. And then I got in bed and I was on my laptop. And I start like looking up like, oh, what can I do with this? Like, what's the right character build? Oh, if I'm building this kind of character, what should I do next? I started looking on the wiki of Demon Souls to fucking plan out what I'm gonna do in the game today. Hey man, that's fucked. It's cool and it's fun, and it's the thing about video games is, and the PS5 is that it's cool that it's two things simultaneously. It's cool that I can be so excited about something so stupid and silly and something that doesn't matter at all, you know? It's cool that I can get so excited over such a little thing. Right? Does that make sense? It's cool that in general I can still get this excited about something. At my age, it's cool that I can still get super excited about something. right? But at the same time, what I'm getting excited about is going to waste large portions of what little time we have left on the earth. So that part is not the best. You know, it's cool that I'm so excited about something and having so much fun with something, but it's also bad because I'm spending hours fighting bugs and demons with a broadsword. You know, I'm spending 2 hours trying to figure out how to cheese a dragon so that I can get a ring of strength to hold all my armor without rolling too slowly. You know, I shouldn't be spending that much time doing that. And yet I am. And yet I kind of have no control over it, you know? And you could say, hey, why don't you just play one less hour? Why don't you just play less of the game? Sorry, someone's calling me. Why don't you just play less of the game? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, because I can't. At least not now. At least not right when you get it. You know what I'm saying? For me, at least, when I get a video game, it's like I have like a 72-hour period where it's like I'm just going to play this a lot. And if I have nothing to do, if I have no work at the time, if I have just a vacuum of time, nothing going on, I'm going to play that for that long. I'm just going to eat, drink, and slash demons up with a sword for fucking 10 hours. I'm just going to do it. And I would like to not do that, but it's just what happens. It's like, and then, yeah, people are like, you could just play one less hour. It's like, it's the same thing as telling somebody who is very plump, who eats a lot and loves to eat, hey, why don't you just have one less piece of pizza? Why don't you just not eat 7 slices of pizza? It's like, because I can't. Because I'm eating 7 slices of pizza. And eventually that guy will be like, fuck, I gotta lose some weight. I'll have a couple less slices eventually. And eventually I go, you know, by next week I'll be like, you know what? I shouldn't be playing this for fucking 5 hours straight. Okay? I'll come to my senses a week from now, but for now, there's no sense to be had. I'm going to play this game too much. Yeah. I guess recently I realized like, oh, dude, when I get a game, I just play the fuck out of it. Cuz I got Demon Souls on Monday and I beat it yesterday, which was Thursday? So Monday and I started playing it Tuesday because Monday I didn't play it at all. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 days? That's actually long, dude. That's long for me. That's pretty long. That's pretty good. It's because those games are hard, man. They're hard. They take 3 days. Normal game, I'll probably take I mean, depending on how long the actual game is, like the actual content, maybe a day or two. Anyway, yeah. PS5, it's good, man. It's fun. But getting it, again, I have a complicated relationship with games, you know? Because I would like to go, oh, the PS5 is coming out. I'll wait for it. But something in me, I still have this childish excitement in me that goes like, nah, man, I'll just get it when it comes out. Like, it's the only thing. And when I was younger, it was like every game, like I wanted to get right when it came out. I just fucking loved getting it out right when it came out, playing it, completing it before everyone else, and just like knowing what happens in it. I just like that. I like that feeling of getting a game, ditching school, and just playing it all day and beating it one day. It was an awesome feeling. As I've gotten older, you know, it's less and less games. Now, like when I was younger, it'd be like 10 games a year. I'd be like, oh, I got to get those games. Now it's like 1 or 2 games a year. If it's a good year, it might be like 5 games. But it's usually like 1 to 3 games a year. I'm like, you know what? I'll get that and play that a lot. And that's it. And even those games, it's like, oh, I got it. It's fun. And then I'm done with it. I binge it, then I'm done with it. But I don't keep thinking about it and like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do next in that? It's rare that happens. So for this to happen with Demon Souls remake, it's dope. It's also interesting because it's like it's fascinating that there was a period. Well, video games are experiencing a similar thing that film did, where for a long for they were making remakes for movies for a long time, and a lot of them people were just like fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. But then we eventually got to the point where remakes started getting good because people who actually gave a shit about the source material and actually loved and understood the original movie enough, who wanted to make their own version of that movie, or they wanted to tell their own version of that story, like they want, because a good remake is preserving what was in that original thing while also adding to it. That's why, because you can't just recreate the same exact thing that somebody else already made. There's no point to that. You have to also be adding something that's meaningful. But it's interesting because games for a while, there were the remasters forever, which some of them were hit or miss. Some of them were like the graphics were refined and good, and then some of them weren't. But at this point, it's like we're starting to hit the golden period of remakes. Like with Tony Hawk coming out this year, then we had Mafia, which I didn't play, but I heard people liked. But Tony Hawk, everyone loved. And Demon Souls, everyone's loving, and I think is amazing. And it's like, it's crazy that for a new console, and I don't know what that means for just gaming and art in general, of like what the future of it is, but it's very strange and interesting that a new console has come out and the launch title for it is a remake of a game that came out 2 console generations ago, and no one's negative about it. Like everyone's super excited and loving the game and being like, this is the greatest game I've ever played. And yet it's a game that was made 10 years ago, 13 years ago. I forget what it was, but it was made a long fucking time ago. And they didn't change the game much. There's like minor improvements and minor quality of life changes that do make the game better and feel more modern. But at the same time, it's interesting because maybe there's something about gaming that maybe because we engage with the game, we care less about it being changed a lot, you know? Because I was wondering about that. Because if you make a remake of a movie and I was thinking about if Demon Souls was a remake of a movie. Like if somebody took No Country for Old Men, or not if someone took Psycho, which someone did do that. They took Psycho and they filmed a shot. I forget what the director was, but a director shot, was it Gus Van Sant? I forget. But a director shot a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. And a lot of people were like, I mean, this is fine, but what's the point? It was just an updated shot-for-shot, in-color remake of Psycho. And to many degrees, that's kind of what Demon Souls remake is. It's just a like they made the visuals undeniably amazing. Like it looks so good. Like it might be one of the best looking games I've ever played. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as they have said, the developers, Blue Point Games of Demon Souls, the game itself is not changed at all. Like the combat is not changed at all. The areas largely are not changed. There's very little minor changes, but those minor changes do a lot. But it's interesting because some people want a straight up remake. They just want like the better graphics, but they want it to play exactly the same shit happens. And I don't know what that means, but I think it's fascinating that that in gaming there's a much stronger feeling of nostalgia that people don't want interrupted, if that makes sense. But in movies, the change is much more necessary, it feels. Like, if you're going to remake a story, you better change the ending, or you better change elements of it so that it made sense for you to remake it, because otherwise, why the fuck should you remake it? But in a game, you're like, oh, they're going to redo all of the graphics in that game, and I mean, I guess it is a similar thing, and make it playable now. I guess you're taking an old game and turning it into a modern, you're turning it into a game that feels like it just came out. That you're turning it into a game that feels brand new in a generation 10 years later. So I guess that's the addition you're making. You're transforming it into something that feels like it could have came out now as a new game. And I guess that's the change that's necessary. For a movie, it's you need to say something new. And for a game, it's you need to feel you need to make it feel like it belongs in the modern era. Because that's what both Demon Souls Remake feels like, and Tony Hawk. They both feel like games that just came out. They don't feel like remakes. They feel like things that if you didn't say, if you didn't mention that they ever existed before, you would just be like, oh, fuck, this new game is awesome. I don't know. Anyway, that was a long fucking roundabout way of explaining what a remake is. I don't even know why. Anyway, that was a fucking lot of garbage that I just spewed out of my face about video games. Don't know if any of it was worthwhile, but anyway, I said it. I hope you enjoyed it. I got 13 minutes left. Anyway, the PS5, man. Yeah. So, what was I gonna say, dude? I go on fucking such aggressive tangents that literally my brine, dude. What did I say before? Guap. My brine. Dude, every podcast I say at least 7 words completely incoherent and strange where it doesn't make any sense. No, but before I went on this tangent about remakes, where was I? That excitement. That uncontrollable excitement. I guess everybody has it for something. Some people fucking like buying shoes, which I don't understand at all. Some people like buying cars. I don't understand it at all. For me, it's I see a fucking, some people see a new Ferrari, or they see a fucking Corvette or an Audi, whatever, an Audi Cerebera Terra, whatever the fucking weird shit they call it, an Audi 5000. Some people see that and go, damn, I gotta have it. I see a PS5 and go, damn, dude, I gotta have it. Anyway, so I order one. I pre-ordered one on Gamefly. I don't know if I've said this already on the podcast, but anyway. But I realized I'm such an impatient fuckface, because when it was coming out, they said they were going to ship the PS5 on the 9th so that I would get it the day it came out. And then they hadn't shipped it on the 9th. And then I messaged them. We're like, hey, have you shipped it yet? And they're like, oh, we're probably not going to ship it. We haven't received our shipment yet, so we're probably going to ship it around the release date. So immediately my heart, my fucking childlike brain, the fucking childish part of my soul was like, what? But you said it was going to be here day of. Like the Karen-y, shitty fucking asshole was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's not coming the day of. That's the whole reason I pre-ordered it, is so that I would get it the day of. Now, I didn't voice this to many people. I kind of kept it to myself, but inside I Karen'd the fuck out. And I started being like, and then I started voicing this to people. I was like, oh, maybe I'm probably going to buy 6 I'm probably going to pre-order 6 of them as a joke. But really in my brain, and what I eventually said to some people was like, I might pre-order a backup one. To which everyone was like, hey man, don't do that. What are you talking about? You already have one on the way. Just wait, you impatient fuck. And I'm like, you don't get it. There's a 6-year-old brain somewhere in my gut that's like, no, I gotta get it as fast as possible. But thank God I went against I went towards my better judgment, and the day it came out, a friend of mine was looking for it, and it was like such a pain in the ass. And I was like going on the sites he was going on to see like what it was like, and it was going to be such a fucking headache to try and pre-order one that I was just like, no, dude, I already have one on the way. I don't need a backup one. Calm down. So I fucking was like, all right, it's fine. So then Thursday, I kept telling myself too, I was like, dude, they're gonna ship it to you on release date. What happened to me was my brain started getting crazy because I was like, around release date, if it's not being shipped before and you haven't gotten your shipment yet, you should get it on the 12th, so you should ship it on the 12th. Like, my brain was being so shitty. Like, if anybody heard the thoughts that were going on in my brain, they'd be like, damn, dude, it's just a console. Damn, dude, you shouldn't be buying this thing regardless. Don't get upset about it. Anyway, I calmed down. I fucking swallowed all of my thoughts in my brain. And then, lo and behold, on Thursday, they shipped it. And I was like, hell yeah. Okay? But then what happened was, it was supposed to come Saturday. Right? So I was so fucking excited. Then Saturday rolls around. And on Saturday, it says, it's in Yorktown, which is very close to where I live, like 5 to 10 minutes. It's on a delivery truck, out for delivery in Yorktown. Should be to you by Sunday now. Or should be to you by Monday now. Hey, man, what? So that whole day, I'm like, well, it's probably bullshit. Like, it's in Yorktown. So then, day goes by, not there. Sunday rolls around, doesn't show up. Part of me was hoping that, like, hey, man, maybe it'll show up on Sunday. Actually, I was accepting it. I was like, it's going to be here Monday. Don't think about Sunday. But then my mom was like, oh, maybe it'll come on Sunday. I don't know. Sometimes packages come on Sunday. And I'm like, do they, though? So then I'm looking up online. Do packages come on Sunday? Websites were like, starting in 2020, FedEx and UPS are going to start shipping packages on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, but does that still work in COVID? So my mom got me all revved up like, hey, maybe it'll come. Hey, Mom, shut up, okay? If you're not telling me someone who died or got married, don't fucking get me excited. Anyway, so it's shipping to my parental's place. And so it's supposed to come Monday. So Monday rolls around. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it to come. Fucking the anticipation is insane. Here's the thing. I was so childlike excited that like I couldn't do anything that day. I was so focused on it coming that I literally all I could do was sit there and just be like, I hope it comes soon. Like, you ever have something that you're so concerned about or so fixated on or so excited about that like you just can't responsibly work on anything else because it's just, you're going to just start writing a PS5 in the middle of typing a script. You're going to be like, PlayStation Demon Souls Remake. And then later someone's going to be like, dude, what the fuck? Well, I don't understand the scene you wrote. It's like, oh, sorry, the PS5 was on its way. I that was irresponsible of me. I'm sorry. It's like all jack and no play. Or all jack and no play. All jack and no play makes dull a fuckboy. It's like that, dude. Except it would say PS5, need PS5. Where is PS5? Anyway, nothing I'm saying is making any sense. But, okay, so Monday rolls around, and I'm waiting. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go for a drive. I won't think about it. So I go for a drive, and then I come back home, and it says, package shipped. Because I keep checking like crazy. Like, where's the package? And then I get home, it says, package delivered and signed by Jake at 4:07. So I go outside. There's no package, dude. I check every fucking door on my the block. Where is it? It's not here. Also, it's a signed package, which means they either didn't get a signature from someone or someone signed as me. Like, I don't understand. Did the guy not check to see if it's Jake? Anyway, so I start freaking out a little bit because this is a fucking $500 console that I bought it as a bundle for way too much fucking money that I shouldn't have spent. So I'm like, hey man, this is a huge chunk of change. I don't want this lost, or I don't want to have to deal with finding this thing. Also, not only that, but it's consumed my brain so much because I have an infant brain when it comes to video games that I don't want to have to, I want this out of my mind. I want peace of mind. I want it to be in the house so I don't have to think about it ever again, and I can continue on with the rest of my shit. Anyway, so I'm trying to call up customer service or whatever it is for UPS, and it's like, add your number, like, to a queue. Fuck that, dude. What are you talking about? Or request that your package is lost. And I was like, all of these things are not going to be, they're going to be like putting me in a queue where my thing just stays permanently lost. Or I got to order a new one or some bullshit that's going to take weeks. So I look up 1-800 number, customer service for UPS. I call it up. It's all automated. They keep going, oh, if you would like to report a lost or damaged thing. And I was like, nope, not lost or damaged. Wait for a representative. And they're like, are you sure it's not lost? I go, nope, wait for a representative. Because they want you to just say, oh, it's lost, file a report, and then all those reports just go into a fucking garbage bin where they take them out once in a while and go, oh, Jake didn't get his PS5 9 weeks ago? Let's email him back. So anyway, I wait for a representative. They answer. I go, hey, so my PlayStation said it was, or my package said it was delivered, and that I signed it, but it wasn't delivered to me, and I did not sign it. And she goes, oh, what's your address with this and that and the other? And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes, oh, it says it was delivered. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I know it says it was delivered. But it wasn't, is what I'm telling you. But I keep it cool. I don't say that to her. I just go, oh, yeah. Well, do you know what house it was delivered to? And she says apparently it's 295. Okay. You don't know where I am, right? So it's fine. Also, I think 295 is not correct. Let's just say it was 295. I go, oh, okay. So I get in the car, and Sonia's with me. My mom's with me. So she's like, let me help you get it. Let me help you out. Do you want me to go get it? I'm like, no, I got it. It's fine. It's my package. I bought the thing. I'm going to go get it. And she's like, no, let me help. So she gets in the car, and she's like, because there's a lot of old people live around here. I don't want you freaking them out. And I'm like, why? What? You're so young, it'll freak them out. So we get in the car. I start driving around. We can't find the fucking house. I finally find the house. We get to it. My mom's like, I'll talk to the woman. She gets out, talks to the lady. Or she rings the doorbell, and it seems like no one's fucking there. The lights are off. I'm so confused and annoyed. So my mom goes to get back in the car, and then all of a sudden the door opens. My mom walks over, and she's talking to this woman. I can't hear a word they're fucking saying. This poor old woman who looked like it was a struggle to get to the door. She's like, oh, yeah, the package. I can't hear anything. I just hear, like, package, yeah, and there's pointing. And my mom's like, oh, okay, okay. Did you hear that Joey died? Marissa got married. Did you hear that they had a baby? Shut up, Mom. Find out about the PS5. Let me get over there. She's like, no, you'll scare her. No, dude, you're scaring her with the dead people. Anyway, so I go over. No, I don't go. I'm in the car. My mom comes over, and she's like, oh, she said that it got delivered to their house, and her husband's bringing it over. So then we drive over, and my brother's truck is there because my brother came for some reason. So for a second, I forget that he has a big-ass fucking dumb pickup truck. So I see him. I see his truck, and I go, oh, is that the guy? And my mom's like, no, that's your brother. And I was like, oh, fuck. So then the guy's not there. He didn't bring the PS5. We go inside. My dad's like, no one came and brought it. And I was like, what is happening? So then we go back, and my mom talks to this lady again, and now she seems kind of annoyed. And she's like, oh, yeah, he'll deliver it, but he's got some errands to do first. Also, my mom was like, why did you guys sign for it? And she's like, oh, he was expecting a package. What? Anyway, so I'm fucking so annoyed. So then we go back, and I'm sitting watching my mom talk to this woman because she won't let me do it. Because she's like, you'll scare her? But I won't. And I'm trying to be like, hey, ask her if she knows what our address is. Maybe he's going to the wrong address. So then we go back, and my mom's like, Oh, they know the address. They know it. I go, how do you know though? Because the UPS guy sent it to the wrong place. So how do you know they have the right address if it went to the wrong address? So then my mom was like, I'll go back. And I'm like, well, now you're just bothering this woman. And she's like, it's fine. So she goes back, tells the woman our address. And she was like, no, yeah, it's on the package. So then I felt bad because I was like, I kind of fucking made my mom worry about it where she went back again. It's all right. The lady was fine. She has a problem walking, but it's all good. This isn't my fault, dude. Okay, I didn't deliver it to the wrong house. Everything that's happening is the dude who fucking delivered the package's fault. It said the right thing on the package. I'm gonna finish this story. The timer just went off, but I'll be right back to finish the story. Okay, so now I'm waiting, and my mom goes, oh, she said 10 minutes it's going to take for it to get here. I'm like, all right. So I'm such a fucking impatient loser. I put 10 minutes on my timer on my phone. And I'm literally like, this motherfucker better come in 10 minutes. So I'm just chilling. And I'm sitting by this giant window at the desk. And I'm just waiting. And it's pitch black. And I'm like looking through the pitch black to see if I can see anything. And not only is it pitch black, but then all this well, if you're listening, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you're watching, the ND filter on my windows like is making it even darker. So I'm like holding up the ND, looking through the window to see if there's a car. And then I would say like 7 minutes. He comes, a car shows up and parks. And it's a car I don't recognize, so I'm like, this is the guy. I see his trunk just open up, and I'm like, this is fucking him. I go outside. Also, he's old as fuck. And the PlayStation's 17 pounds. Like, the package on the site said, your package is 17 pounds. So not only was this delivered to the wrong place, but this little old man loaded it into a car by himself. And mind you, before this point, when his wife was like, he's running errands, I was getting pissed because I was like, what? You took the wrong package and then you're like, let me go run some errands and then give it back? Like, this thing is in such high demand that if somebody knows this old man has a PS5, they might beat him to death for it. Like, that's how fucking psychotic people are. Okay? Do you see how I'm getting right now? Imagine if I didn't actually secure one, okay? I might steal from an old dude. No, I would never do that. I would never. That's fucking fucked up. So I'm worried that he's running errands. I'm worried that he's fucking waiting for his prescriptions at CVS while it just sits in the back of his pickup and somebody's like, oh, hey, what's this? Oh, a fucking PS5? Anyway, he shows up, trunk opens, I go outside. And immediately the dude's like, are you looking for a package? Sweetest old man voice you ever heard. His back is so hunched over. He had to be like fucking 80 years old. 70, 80 years old. And he just was like, yeah, I the reason why I took it is because I'm looking for a package myself. But then I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is too heavy to be my package. This is too big to be mine. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry you didn't get yours. And then he's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, sorry about all that. He goes, oh, no problem. I'm saying sorry. It's not my fault. Also, but it's not. At this point, this guy is so sweet. I'm so happy I got the thing that I'm like, you know what? It's just this fucking piece of shit UPS guy's fault. It's no one else's fault. I mean, it's weird that your name that you signed for me, that's weird. Also, is his name Jake? I wish I asked him because if he signed Mark on the fucking sheet and the UPS guy was just like, cool, thanks for the signature, what are you doing, dude? At least say package for Jake. So the guy's like, well, I'm not Jake and I don't know a Jake. I mean, my wife isn't Jake. Who the fuck is Jake? Like, God damn it, UPS guy. Anyway, so then I'm like, oh, I hope you get your package soon. He goes, oh, thank you. Have a good one. And I was like, you too, man. And then I got it inside and the whole thing was fucking broken. No. The old man dropped it on the fucking ground because it was too heavy. Goddamn the old man and the UPS guy and his fucking wife. Fuck everybody. I hope he's the next one to die. No. No, I'm kidding. I hope this man was very sweet. His wife was very sweet. I hope they live a long, prosperous life. The UPS guy, I mean, he can fuck off. No. He's fine too. Listen. It's so funny, too, because I was so pissed off and so, like, what the fuck? And then the moment I got it, I was like, you know what? People make mistakes. It's all good. The moment it was in my room, out of the box, I was like, you know what? He probably was in a rush. He probably is delivering a lot of shit. Don't worry about it, man. That old guy was so sweet. I'm glad I had an interaction with a lovely couple. Now let me play Demon Souls. And then I went to download Demon Souls and it said 7 hours to download. And I went, what the fuck? No. Anyway, but yeah. So that was, so if you want a PS5, that's what it's like to receive one. Okay? If you want, so moral of the story, I guess, from telling all this, I talked before about doing a remake of something. You always need a reason for it. And I guess telling this story, I should have a reason for it. The moral of this story and the knowledge I would like to impart on you is don't get a console the day it launches in a fucking pandemic. Okay? Don't pre-order a fucking too expensive bundle from a website that you thought went out of business 19 years ago. Don't do that. Just wait a month or two. Wait till a pandemic. Wait till next spring when people are healthy again to fucking play a game that you've already played 13 years ago, but now it's got nicer graphics. The moral of the story is have some goddamn patience, Jake, you dumb cunt. Anyway, yeah. Patience is truly a virtue, is what I'm saying. That's it for the podcast this week. I'm going to go play some more fucking Demon Souls like a psychopath. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.